In this video, you are going to learn how you can automate Instagram pages for other businesses. We're not going to be generating AI images. We're going to be using real images that either you create or you get from the business, displaying their products and services. We are then going to inspect the image with AI to get the best description, what the image is about. Then we are going to be generating high quality captions for each of the image that is going to include call to actions and drive the traffic to the website, as well as including different hashtags. And lastly, we are going to be putting everything together and posting on their business Instagram pages. All right, let's just jump right into it. All right, so the first thing we want to do is to go and set our trigger. In this case, we want to post every single day. So I'm going to choose the event called every day. I'm going to continue. Then I'm going to specify the time. In this case, I chose every single day at 3 p.m. And I also want to post on weekends. One thing here to keep in mind is the time zone. So if you're doing it for other business that is located, for example, in the United States, but your Zapier account is set to European time zone, you can go ahead to details, and in the details you can see that you can adjust your time zone specifically for this app. So this means that all schedules and times for this specific app will be calculated relative to this time zone. All right, so that was the first tip. Let's just continue. Right now we can just test this trigger. I'm gonna find new record, and yeah, today is July 14th, so we can continue with the selected record. And then the first app that we are going to choose for our first action after the trigger is gonna be Google Drive. So right now I'm on my Google Drive, and here I created a new folder that is called Review Marketplace, and I have filled it up with a content worth of 1 month. But if you already have the content for the upcoming quarter, half a year, or even 1 year, you can just put it in your Google Drive folder. And what you want to do is to name each of the image with the specific date when you want the image to be posted on the Instagram page. You can see that I have content worth of 1 month. In this scenario, we are creating content for a business that is a marketplace for user-generated content. So businesses can go there and they can purchase reviews from freelancers, and then freelancers on the other hand can also search for businesses to create content for. So in this example, I have used 3 images that are very high quality and are totally free to use. You can go to pexels.com, which is a great one where you can find very nice images that other photographers have created already for you, and you can use them totally for free. Or you can go to pixabay.com, which is a very similar page where you are also going to find very high quality images. But ideally, you would want to create the content on your own for the business, which then you can charge for your service more, or you're going to ask the business to give you their images that they already have, and your job is actually going to be to create this AI SoMe specialist that is going to post on Instagram for them automatically every single day. So back to Zapier, we want to go and choose Google Drive as our app, and then we want to scroll down and use the event called Find a File, which is going to find the file for us every single day. So I'm going to choose that one and continue. Afterwards, you want to connect your Google Drive account where you have created the folder. I've already connected the account. You just use your Gmail credentials and then you're good to go. I'm gonna hit continue, and then in the file name we want to insert the dynamic variable called the pretty date, which is gonna be in the format of July 14, 2024. Make sure you name your images exactly in this format. We want to search the type that contains this specific date. You can also choose exact match, but in this case I'm gonna just use file name contains, and we are going to get the same results. So this is gonna allow you to also name your images differently if you want, and then just include the specific date at the end of the name of the image, for example. In the drive section, we want to go and choose my Google Drive, and then you want to go and search for the folder. In this case, you can see I can't see anything, so I'm gonna go to the top folder, and you can see I have 2 different ones. Everyone has this one called shared with me, but I have created a new folder and it's called Review Marketplace, so I'm just gonna choose that one. Then the file type, we want to choose images, and then we can also keep this at no, and we can continue. We are going to test this whether we can find the image, and yeah, it seems like it works. So right now I'm gonna hit continue, and right now in the second action we are going to be using AI to inspect the image so we can create very high quality captions for the Instagram images. So in this case, you want to go and search for ChatGPT as your app, and we're going to use the first event called Analyze Image Content with Vision. I'm going to choose that one and then continue. Now make sure that you have connected your ChatGPT with Zapier. You just simply generate API key on open openai.com, you will be prompted to insert the API key over here. So if I go to change, then connect a new account, this is how it's going to look like for you. So in this case, you just need API key and you can paste it over here. I have already done it, so I'm going to continue. And as our first prompt, we don't have to be very fancy here. We don't have to set up different parameters, as you will see later on, but I'm simply writing down describe what's on this image, be specific, and then we want to insert the image. So we want to go to our Google Drive action. What you want to do is to search for exist but not shown. This is gonna give you the dynamic variable that contains the file. So that's why it says exist but not shown. Next, we wanna go and choose max tokens. This is just letting you know how long the answer should be. So you can keep that on 250 tokens. And then we have some extra fields that we don't really have to take care of in this event, which is inspecting the image. So we can continue. And right now we are going to test this action, whether it works and whether it actually describes the image correctly. All right, we got the results. So here we have a variable called image analysis. The image shows a young woman sitting on the floor in a well-lit room with large windows taking a selfie. She's wearing a yellow t-shirt, and so on and so on. So let's just double check and see whether that's the case. So today is 14th of July, and yeah, that is correct. This is our image and the description is very precise. All right, I'm very happy with the results, so we can continue. And right now we're going to use ChatGPT once again, but we are going to be generating high quality captions for each of the image. So in this case, in the event section, we want to go with conversation. We want to store all the chats within one conversation using the memory key. It's going to allow us to keep the output consistent, which is exactly what we want. So I'm going to hit continue. Once again, make sure that your ChatGPT account is connected. Mine is, so we can continue. And right now you can actually see that if you use OpenAI API, they are not using it to train their models. The first field that we want to set up is called user message, and this is where our prompt goes. And just to save time, I'm gonna go to my database where I store all my AI automations, and I'm gonna copy this prompt over here, which is for the Instagram AI automation with your own images, and I'm gonna paste it directly inside the user message. Now you can see that I use different parameters over here to format my prompt very nicely so that it's easier to understand, as well as change certain stuff if I don't like the output. So if you're interested in how you can write prompts like these, then definitely go and check out the first link in the description down below, where you can find a totally free no junk resource that I put together, which explains you the 3P framework that is going to teach you how you can write prompts like these. Now the next thing, we want to go and choose the model. In this case, I'm going to just use GPT-4 Turbo, and then I'm going to set up my memory key to keep the output consistent. You might be asking why we don't include the image over here and then just use ChatGPT 4o, which is the model that can also inspect images. I have tried it, and I also adjusted my prompt for it to guide ChatGPT to inspect the image and then write captions. So we can save one action over here, and you can see how the outputs looked like. It was not really good, and so I still would recommend you to do it in this way, where you split it in two different actions and then specifically inspect the image with the vision event that we did over here. In the username, name, assistant instructions, as well as the max tokens, temperature, and top P, you can leave it as they are. I have videos explaining those on my channel, so go and check them out. But in this case, we are going to continue, and we are going to test this, whether it actually works and whether it generates a very nice caption with a high quality call to action as well. All right, so we got the results. So let's scroll down, and yeah, it seems like it worked. Under the response reply variable, we have the caption: need fresh eyes on your products, meet freelancers like her at review.com who are ready to create vibrant video reviews. And then we also got the hashtags over here. This is a very nice caption that used the image description to be very specific, and it also includes the call to actions as well as hashtags to grow the Instagram page and drive traffic to the website. All right, I'm very happy with the results, so we can continue. And right now we are going to go and use Instagram as our next app. Make sure that when you search for Instagram, you're not going to use Instagram, but you're going to use Instagram for business. In the event section, we are going to go and choose publish photo. I'm going to hit continue, and here you can see I have already connected my Instagram account with Zapier. You just log in with your credentials and then you're good to go. But there are some things that you need to keep in mind. So I'm gonna go to hit the three dots and then reconnect, and this is what you are also going to see when you connect your Instagram with Zapier. I'm gonna click on edit settings, And in this case, you can see that I can choose specifically which Instagram account I want to connect to Zapier. In this case, I'm connecting AI Rabbits Daily. So I'm gonna check a box next to it and then hit next. And then you also need to connect the Facebook page that is also connected to your Instagram page. So in this case, the Facebook page is called AI Rabbits Daily, and I'm gonna hit continue. And then you wanna check all of these to yes, and then hit done. And then you have successfully connected Instagram with Zapier. You can click OK, we are good to go, and we can continue. And there are two different requirements that you need to fulfill in order for this automation to work. The first one is that the Instagram page needs to be a business page, aka professional page. It cannot be personal one or creator one. And then the second requirement is that you need to connect that Instagram page with a Facebook page that you have seen when we were connecting Instagram with Zapier. So just to show you, I'm gonna go to the Instagram page, and we're going to click on more and then go to settings. And then under the professional, you can see that this account is already a business professional account. So if I go to professional account, you can see we can set up some additional settings if we have the business account. But if you go to business tools and controls, you can see that I have only two different options. I can either choose and switch to creator account, or I can choose and switch to personal account. Because I have already set this up to the professional account, I don't see that option, but here's where you can actually change to business account if you have a personal or creator account. The second requirement is that you need to connect your Instagram page with your Facebook page. So in this case, you want to go to your Facebook page and then hit settings. In the settings, you want to scroll down and find something called linked accounts. And then here you are going to see that you can connect your Instagram and WhatsApp. So if I view the Instagram, you can see I have already connected this one. It's super simple. You just need to use your credentials and then you just connect your Instagram account with your Facebook page. All right, so that's about the two requirements that you need to fulfill in order for this automation to work. In the first field, you can see that we have to fill out our Instagram account to use. If I click on that one and I go to the Instagram account to use, you can see that even though I have successfully connected my Instagram account with Zapier, if I hit refresh, I'm still not being able to see those accounts that I have given Zapier permission to view. And this is a common error that I have seen recently happening, and Zapier is aware of it, but I'm going to show you a trick how you can overcome this issue. So if you see no options are available in Zapier and you know that you have fulfilled those two requirements, what you want to do to solve that is to go back to account, and then you simply want to go to three dots and then you want to reconnect. And then once again, you are going to see the same pop-up, but here you want to click on edit settings once again, and you want to copy the ID of that Instagram page, and you want to go to custom and paste the ID directly over here. This is going to make it work. Believe me, it works, and I'm going to show you right now when I test this. And so make sure to place that over there and then go to the next field, which is photo. In the photo, you want to go to Google Drive. You want to search for exist but not shown. That's exactly the dynamic variable that you want to place there. In the caption, you want to go to ChatGPT action that created the caption for the image for you. It's going to be stored under the reply variable over here. So you're going to place that over there. We don't need to tag anyone. You can add a location if you want and then hit continue. And I'm going to right now test this action, whether it works. So let me go back to my Instagram page, and you can see I have some AI generated images over here, but I'm going to test this action and it seems like it worked. So we got the confirmation ID. So let's go back to Instagram and reload this page. And yeah, it seems like it works. So we got the image posted, so let's click on that one. And you can see we got the very nice caption over here with the call to action. It doesn't sound like it's AI generated. It also takes into account what's displayed on the image. And we also got the 3 hashtags over here. So you can see by manually placing the ID for that Instagram page, the automation worked. So I think this is just a technical error for Zapier to solve. This looks perfect. So let's go back to Zapier and then hit continue. And right now, to make this even more valuable for the business, we are going to use 2 other actions. This is a bonus. You don't need to do this, but I think it's very nice to automatically post on Pinterest from there as well. The first thing we want to do is to use ChatGPT and use the event called conversation. We can continue. Once again, make sure that your ChatGPT account is connected. Mine is, so we can continue. Right now in the user message, what you want to do is to create a parameter called description, and you don't want to place the dynamic variable that contains the output that ChatGPT generates. generated, but you want to place the prompt there. So you can search for user request, and you can see that if I click on the more button over here, this contains the whole prompt with all of the details that ChatGPT can once again use to generate titles for my pins. And so I'm going to place that over there, and then I'm just write down a short SEO optimized title for a pin on Pinterest. No text before or after, don't write any columns. In the model, I'm going to use GPT-4 Turbo. I'm using once again memory key to keep the output consistent, and all of the other things we can leave as they are. We don't have to worry about those. This is just adjusting the creativity and precision of how the output is going to look like, but here we can continue. And right now we are going to test this, whether it creates a title for our pin. All right, we got the results. So let's scroll down, and under the response reply, we can see we have a very nice title for our pin. I'm very happy with that one, so we can continue. And right now the last action is going to be creating our pin for Pinterest. So what you want to do is to choose Pinterest as your app. In the event section, we want to go and choose create pin. I'm going to hit continue. Make sure that your Pinterest is connected. You once again use your credentials, and then you're good to go. I have already done that, so I can continue. And right now we can fill out all of the fields. So the first one is the board that you currently have on your profile. This is going to be the Pinterest account for the business. And so if they have different boards, you can choose the board over here. In this case, I'm using marketing quotes. The next one is image. Once again, you want to choose the variable called file that says exist but not shown. Then the link for the business where the traffic is going to be redirected. Then we are going to use the output that ChatGPT generated for us containing the title. And in this case, we want to go to the last step, and we want to search for the reply dynamic variable containing our title. I'm going to choose that one. And then in the description, you can either use additional ChatGPT block to create another caption specifically for Pinterest. But in this example, you can also just use the same one that you put on Instagram. So I'm going to use that one over there, and then I'm going to hit continue. And right now we are going to test this, whether it posts on our Pinterest. So I'm going to test this action, and yeah, we got a confirmation that it has been done. So let's go to Pinterest, then to my profile, and see whether it has been posted. And yeah, it seems like it worked. So let's click on the pin. And as we can see here, we got the image posted on Pinterest automatically as well. We got the title over here that ChatGPT generated for us. And we also got the description for the pin, including the hashtags. If somebody clicks on the image, they are going to be redirected on the link that you specified over here. All right, so the last thing you want to do is to name your Zap. You can do that over here, hit rename. I'm going to name it Instagram Business Service. And then you can publish it over here or in this corner over here. All right, I hope this Instagram automation for other businesses was helpful. Remember that my database is in the first link in the description down below. It's been continuously updated by me for the past year, so make sure to check that out if you want to save some time as well as money. You will also find the 3P framework that I mentioned in this video at the start, so make sure to check that out as well. All right, if you enjoyed this video or if you learned anything new, please give this video a thumbs up. And if you enjoyed this video, I believe that you are also going to enjoy this video that you can right now see on your screen. Thank you so much and have a great day.